Hey guys, Pastor TJ from Seasons Church. Sure hope you're having a great week so far. It's wonderful to get a chance to just chat with you again. And today's devotional, I just kind of wanted to talk about grace. It's one of the most extraordinary gifts that we've been given by God. Other than obviously Jesus Christ, grace, in my opinion, is a very close second. It's one of the ultimate gifts that anyone could receive, especially for those who call Jesus Lord. It's what gives us the authority to fight, the peace to overcome, and even joy when times are hard. There's a lot of scripture on grace. There's a lot of opportunity to talk about, but I want to give you just a couple of verses from the book of Hebrews. The writer is probably Paul. It sounds like Paul. A lot of scholars will debate it's this person or that person. I like to think it's Paul. And he writes this in Hebrews 4:14 through 16. So then, since we have a great high priest who has entered heaven, Jesus, the Son of God, let us hold firmly to what we believe. This high priest of ours understands our weaknesses, for he faced all of the same testings that we do, yet he did not sin. So let us come boldly to the throne of our gracious God. There we will receive his mercy, and we will find grace to help us when we need it most. Couple things I just want you to see here as you kind of progress throughout your week. First, we have a high priest. Now, I want you to just take note of the way that that's written. It is a present tense term. Not we will have, not we have had in the past. We have a high priest. Remember, in the Old Testament, the high priest was responsible for accepting the sacrifices that were done and then placing them at the Ark of the Covenant on the mercy seat to absolve the nation of sin. And from there, God would then forgive the sins of the nation, and as each family asked for forgiveness. So it was a very ceremonial, very ritualistic thing in order to get access to forgiveness. And God has already given us the one that we need to go before him to plead for our forgiveness. Don't miss this. Hebrews says that we have a high priest. We do not need to elect one. We do not need to appoint one. We don't need to go looking for one. We already have it. So remember that. First, we have a high priest. Second, the same priest, the same high priest understands what you and I have been through, are going through, and will go through. Remember, Jesus suffered. Jesus was betrayed. Jesus was abandoned. Jesus was cast out. And yes, Jesus was eventually arrested and crucified for our sin. And he knows what it means to feel alone and without hope. And even in that, he still overcame death. It's what makes him the perfect Lord. It's what makes him the most perfect high priest we could ever ask for. He has been where some of us are today. And so when we go to him, we're able to say, Lord, you know my heart. You know what I'm dealing with. And third, because we have a high priest from God, we receive from him mercy and grace. The Hebrew word for mercy is eleos. It literally means pity or compassion. You could also look at it as understanding or gentleness. We have received eleos from God, mercy, and the Hebrew word for grace is charis or charis, whichever you like to prefer. I think it's a hard C, so charis, and it's given as a gift of empathy through Jesus. So we've received eleos and we've received charis. And the gift of grace is where we are most in need. But why? Why would we need grace in this world? Why can't we just have the things that we have, enjoy our hobbies, enjoy our traditions, enjoy the stuff that we like to do, put it all in a can, put a lid on it, sit on it, and call it done? Well, it's because man-made joy will not and cannot last. Man-made things are always going to be fleeting. For example, consider when your favorite team wins the big game, and it could be any game, any team, you fill in the blank. About 2 hours after that win, are you still rejoicing, still as celebratory as you were when the clock struck zero? Probably not, because in the grand scheme, our lives really haven't changed. We were happy for a fleeting moment, and then we're on to the next thing. Grace and mercy from God has no expiration. It has no ending. So when we receive these two gifts from our high priest, they are everlasting. Christmas is a wonderful time to celebrate the gift of Jesus Christ. And in that, we can rejoice in the grace and the mercy that we've received. I really feel this is one of the key principles that we need to remember during this Advent season. It is what gives us hope for tomorrow and allows us to continue celebrating every single day. Listen, we'd like to invite you to attend our church. You can find out more information about us online at myseasonschurch.com. It's myseasonschurch.com. We're currently in the middle of the Advent season. We're doing a series on Advent right now, and our services start Sunday morning at 10:30. Coffee's free, donuts free. Come comfortable, come relaxed, and be welcomed into an environment where you are accepted right where you are in life. God bless you guys. I hope you have a great rest of the week, and we'll talk to you soon.